Hey family, Tracy Lewis here, and welcome to Dwell According to Knowledge, the talk show. I am your host and your coach, Trey. All right, listen. Let's discuss investments and how guys. And I'm going to give you 4 signs that he is really invested in you. You know, investment does not always mean money, ladies and gentlemen, because if a guy's watching this, it could be the same for him. But I'm talking mostly to the ladies because y'all have to be able to look at a few things and see that this guy is really, really, really into you. So these are 4 things. It's going to be many things. But I just kind of picked 4 because I don't like long videos. You know what I mean? They're short videos. They're meant to give you tips, okay? And that's what it is. And I'm actually going to start shortening them. But for the guy that you meet that wants to make an investment in you, this is what he's going to show you, okay? All right, listen. Number 1, his gifts to you will really show how he likes you, okay? Or that he knows you because he's paying attention. Because sometimes when we give gifts, we give them according to what you like. And if we're listening intently, we know what you like, we know what you love, and that's what we'll base our gifts on that, okay? A man who is invested takes time to get to know you well, and his gifts will be a testament to his expert grasp of your likes and your dislikes. I just said that, didn't I? Now, the reason he bought you that travel guide to Hong Kong, even though you only mentioned offhand that you wanted to visit, because he paid attention, okay? All right, number 2, he makes plans for the future. Listen, ladies, it does not take us that long to figure out if you are who we want in our life. It does not take that long. I don't like putting time limits on anything because everybody has a different time limit on there. But I'm going to tell you something. If he ain't talking about a future in at least 2 years, at least. If he ain't talking about it beforehand, then that's too soon, though. I'm going to tell you, though, too soon is a red flag. But somewhere around that 2nd year, he should know enough about you whether or not that's who he wants and that you are who he wants in his life, okay? Now, if he makes arrangements for a winter ski trip in May, you can be sure plans on having you in his life is for some times yet. Now, a ski thing or what's that's superficial stuff. However, you can kind of tie that into an investment because a ski trip costs money. You know what I mean? It costs, and it ain't no joke money too either. All right. Now, if he wants you over for the holidays, commitment folks will be scared of making plans even for the next weekend. You understand? So let alone 6 months from now. So if he's saying something that has a future thing to it, then you can tell he's making some investments. Because most of us, for a lot of us, if we ain't talking about nothing in the future, then we ain't talking about nothing but whatever's going to happen in the present. Now, I used to be a guy that only spoke in present tense. You know what I mean? I only spoke when maybe a week in advance. Maybe a week, you know what I mean? Like, what you doing this weekend? Like that. And then I may say, hey, let's go to the movies, or something like that. But going to making any commitments like further down the line, start talking about a future, start talking about marriage, or start talking about, a long-term relationship or something like that. Nah, I was always the kind of guy that would take this thing like 1 day, 1 week, 1 month at a time. And that was it. Never did I ever start talking about anything in the future. And I think that's why a lot of my relationships did not work out, because I wasn't trying to plan. I wasn't trying to get anything in the future. Okay? So if he's talking about the future, he's making some investments. Okay. All right. Now, number 3, he wants all his closest people to meet you. That is a big sign right there. You know he's invested when he doesn't treat his friend time and girlfriend time as mutually exclusive. You know what I mean? If he wants you over for the holidays and can't wait for you to have dinner with his buddy, it's a sign he wants them to love you as much as he does, especially the boys, especially the family, of course, mom. You know what I mean? So if he's talking about that, he can't wait to get you into and slide you right into that groove that he wants you to start meeting some people, especially when he goes outside of the norm to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge sign that he's making an investment with you, because most of the time we will, let me put it that way. We will just take you to a movie. We will take you out to dinner. We'll take, and all you'll see is us. You know, and every plan that I make won't have anybody else in it. You know, there may be a cookout at my sister's house, or a cookout at my mom's house, or you know, a travel thing somewhere. You know, because my mom, you know, they did a lot of discos and cabarets and ski trips, and you know, trips to jazz festivals and stuff like that. And if I was dating you or anything like that, I didn't ask you to, to go on these trips with me. I didn't. And most of the reasons why was because I was going on these trips and there was other women there. So I'll just tell you, back in the day, that's how it was, And nowadays, it's not like that nowadays. So you can, the change that happens over time, okay? All right, now, number 4, last but not least, he posts pictures of you. First of all, he takes pictures with you. That's number 1. let alone post them, but takes pictures with you. Wherever you go, he's always pulling. Now back in the day, it was, the cell phone craze nowadays. I mean, you can take a snap, a selfie, or sit up and go and do something. You can do that right now. But back in the day, we had to have the bulky cameras and stuff like that. But at the same time, to take a picture with you is huge for a guy. And let alone like social media now, oh my God. If he even takes a picture, he's okay, because most of the time, if we ain't trying to do nothing in the future, we're not going to be posting no pictures up there with nobody, let alone, anything, because we want everybody to think we are single. You understand? So, believe me, Instagram, Facebook, all the social media platforms, if he is putting you in those pictures with him, believe me, it's mean he's advertising. We are advertising that we are taken. You know what I'm saying? Or we will put a little caption over there saying, it doesn't have to say I'm taken, but it will say something about, and that don't have to be like this is the love of my life, or something like that, but having a lovely time, or hanging out with my bun, my boo, whatever it is, and stuff like that. And he started throwing little pet names and stuff like that in there, boop. And that's another sign right there, throwing pet names at you too. I just gave that. That's just an extra bonus thing right there as well, okay? He really doesn't mind, and he puts it out there like that because he really doesn't mind the people that's knowing. Now, unlike planning a vacation, social media is a public declaration of his devotion and his investment with you. You get me? All right. I hope you all got something out of this. I'm Tracy Lewis, the author of Dwell According to Knowledge, How to Find and Date Your Mate. It is on Amazon now. You can get it, and I would suggest you do. All right. Like it, subscribe, share it. Not so much in that order. And I'll see you in the next video. God bless.